Yes, it's the election season again, and we're talking about the Milwaukee County Executive's race here on Eye to Eye. Acting County Executive Lee Holloway is our guest, also a candidate for County Executive. Do you see furloughs as a way of balancing the county budget?
Well, furloughs really bother me, but I was placed in a situation where I had to respond to the budget. I did relieve the airport of furloughs because the airport is the third fastest growing airport in the world and number one fastest airport in the country. Can you believe that? That's right out there at that airport and whatever. So I had to free up the furloughs there so we could keep the place clean, keep it right and whatever, so we can take care of our customers. Do I believe in furloughs? No, I don't. I like to be able to work with the unions. I've gave him an olive branch with the sheriff and District 48. We're trying to see what we can do. We're also working on, the unions did win the appeal in reference to the security guard. We're working on that. We'll have to spend about between $400,000 to $500,000 to make them whole. But one of the initiatives that I would like to do, and I've talked to Congressman Moore, is to bring back the CEDAR concept. I don't know if you're old enough to know about the CEDAR program, but the CEDAR program was primarily for the public sector. On this one, I would bring it back and make it available for the public sector and the private sector, which means that a person would have a certificate to go to the public sector and private sector to be able to give them a job. That job would last as long as 3 years from a contractual basis. The first year would be free, and the second year they would be paying, the vendor would pay half, and then the third year they would basically pay it all. Now, one of the things about that is that it takes people off in unemployment. The unemployment goes down when the CEDAR people takes the place. Right now, you got people who are unemployed. They do nothing. And they just in misery, waiting for the unemployment to run out, and they're not doing anything for training or upgrading themselves and what have you. The CEDAR concept would allow them to get another job, get involved in training. They would have health benefits and also get paid. And that would do a lot for people here in Milwaukee. It'd do a lot for other areas that have been hard hit for unemployment. I'm real interested in that. I got a number of different entities that are interested in advocating for that. So that's one of my major issues, to try to bring CEDAR concepts back into Milwaukee County as a pilot project. So it would not come directly through the state of Wisconsin. It would come directly to Milwaukee County as a pilot project.
You've also talked about sales tax increase possibility. Would you support one to fund transit indoor parks in Milwaukee County?
That was a while back that we created a model of that would take care of the buses, the parks, emergency medical. Governor Dole vetoed that. It went through the legislature passed it. So I pretty much think with the legislation that's up there now, it's a dead issue. So my whole initiative is to do something different. I mean, why spin your wheels on doing something that's not going to go anyplace? So my whole thing is, that's why I went into the CEDAR concept, to try to bring that back into Milwaukee County, circumventing the governor, coming directly to Milwaukee County. That has happened before. Those are the kind of initiatives that I'm interested in.
You're not only a county official, you are a city landlord. And I know next week, actually the 27th, you have an appearance in municipal court in regards to some building code violations. Some might argue, how can you run a county if you cannot effectively
Those are total different variables. Variables of running a business. All the people who, if you go downtown to the courthouse, and on the days that they're evicting, you'll see scores of people there. Ask the landlords of the situation there, because what you have is that you have the economy. The economy has killed my people. They have not had jobs for 8 years. They don't pay their rent, or they barely pay their rent. You're constantly going in and out of court. Those are the problems of the economy in reference to those who own property that are in the central city area. on the county perspective, it's a whole different kind of thing. It has a whole different kind of thing that we are experiencing in terms of foreclosure. So that approach have also hurt us from a foreclosure. We have almost in the county about 10,000 households that we don't get any money from taxes, from the city or the county and what have you. All of the problems that I have is no more of a problem than what everybody else is having. Like the people in Fox Point that are going to have to pay $3,000 for their sewage. That's a major problem. I understand that. It's not only a Lee Holloway problem, it's all of our problems.
Your response to allegations that
I think I've answered your question.
Yeah. Well, what about the security guard issue?
I think I've answered your question. I shared with you before that he's an independent contractor.
Right.
Okay, I'm not responsible for him as an independent contractor. However, my understanding that he was let out of jail because the allegations were not true. And that's all I want to say about that, because it's not in my hands.
Very good.
Okay.
Well, we want to wrap up our conversation with you, focusing on the county executive's race. When Eye to Eye continues, stay with us here on CBS 58. Acting County Executive Lee Holloway, our guest on this morning's Eye to Eye. It takes a lot of money to wage a successful run for county executive. Do you have the financial backing, especially if you get through the first round?
Well, if you ask me whether I'm a millionaire, no, I'm not. If you ask me whether I'm going to run a traditional race, no, I'm not. I am a Milwaukee boy. I came up in Milwaukee, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a lot of people to support me based on who I am and what I'm about.
You have a 32-member transition team, some of whom aren't your supporters but are assisting you during this transition.
Well, that was not part of the deal. The deal was to assist me to try to create an ideal of what direction Milwaukee County should go in. The question was never to support Lee Holloway. In fact, I wrote him a letter prior to me announcing that I was running for county executive, that if they had any problem with still being on a transitional team because I was running for county exec, I would understand. And almost 90% of all the people showed up.
All right, certain competition going on later today in Chicago. Packers, Bears. Big game. Before we leave, wanted to get your prediction.
Well, I believe the Packers are going to win probably about 3 to 6 points. I think that I'm going to take and create a Milwaukee County Packers Day.
Okay, so there'll be a day especially set aside.
Just going to say Milwaukee County Packers Day because I know that probably 90% of all the people here loves the Packers like myself. So I think I would not take advantage of the people who say Packers Day, Milwaukee County.
So Packers by 3, perhaps as many as 6 points. Could be a battle, though.
It's going to be tough.
Not like in Atlanta.
It's going to be tough.
All right. Yeah. Lee Holloway, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule and providing us some insight into your thoughts on the race for county executive. And, of course, we'll be talking to you over the next several weeks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And thank you for spending part of your Sunday morning with us. You can always go to our website, cbs58.com, to take a look at previous episodes of Eye to Eye. I'm Mike Strelo, CBS 58 News. Enjoy your Sunday, everyone. We'll see you next week right here on Eye to Eye.